Hello and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about tolerations, those little things you put up with that bug you. Hey Janine.
Hey Shannon, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm freshly back from vacation. And I'm actually pretty rested because I built in a 2-day buffer after the vacation, got back late Friday night, and then I had Saturday and Sunday to recover.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta feel good.
Yes.
And it was a relaxing vacation?
You know, yes. There were relaxing moments in it. Many relaxing moments in it.
Excellent. But like all traveling, there is also some work.
Right. And this vacation was appended to a conference because, you know, I'm the conference junkie. So there was a conference, a genealogy conference, which was great. But that's a whole different brain thing than the travel. And then.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But I went to Walla Walla and I drank quite a bit of wine, so that was nice.
That is the lovely thing about Walla Walla.
Right. And that was actually the point of it this time, so that was even better.
So instead of it being family highlighted with some wine drinking, it was some wine drinking highlighted with some family.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was there with friends from St. Louis, so it was just a whole different ball game. Oh, but I have to tell you, I ate 21 pot stickers.
In one sitting?
Well, yeah. You know, at the pot sticker place.
Right. Did you have 3 orders? Is that 3 orders?
No, that's 4 orders, but I gave 1 pot sticker to Rob, the person I was having pot stickers with, and then Rob Grandstaff, by the way. And Rob. And then at the end there were 2 I couldn't eat. So
oh my goodness.
21. Yeah.
It was nice of you to give him 1.
Wasn't it? I don't think he wanted more than 1. I believe me, I offered him those other 2 at the end.
Here, do you want these that have been sitting here the entire meal?
Oh, no, we ordered them in succession. So.
Oh, right. You didn't order 4 at a time.
No. And I will say, when I got
goodness.
there, I was running a few minutes late due to circumstances beyond my control, and he beat me there, and he'd already ordered them for me. So that was nice.
Oh,
so I sat down, and pot stickers arrived.
Shout out to Rob Grandstaff. That's like the best kind of lunch date.
That's right. He's the greatest.
Oh my gosh. Did no one in your traveling party got to partake in the pot stickers, though?
They were invited, but they had all had a gigantic breakfast, and I had a restaurant called Bacon and Eggs, and I had saved room for pot stickers, so I ate a tiny breakfast.
Oh.
So there was hunger inequality, but I had just literally this 1-hour window that I could have the pot stickers, so there was no working around it. So that's why they worked out. I had some nice one-on-one time with Rob Grandstaff.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice, and it's nice that you also got pot stickers, because it would be really sad if you went to Walla Walla and didn't get pot stickers.
Right. I told my brother Larry I was going, and the first thing he said, it was in a Facebook Messenger conversation, was gyoza, which is what they call the pot stickers on that menu.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're right, I'm getting it. And then I sent him a picture of it, and his response was, "Did you make those?" I'm like, what? Anyway, he forgot I was in Walla Walla.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today we are talking about tolerations. And
I'm excited to talk about tolerations because I think it's
are you?
something everyone can relate to.
Yeah, it is. And I was thinking back to when I first learned about these, and at the time I had a dishwasher that squeaked when you opened and closed the door, and it drove me bonkers. So, every day opening and closing the door, it would squeak, and I hated it. But somehow it never occurred to me that I could do anything about it.
Was it just a matter of putting some WD-40 on it?
Yep, that's what I did. And then it never squeaked again. And it was such a delight.
Right. Why didn't I do that before?
Right. And that's the problem. There are these little things that they probably bug you in the moment, but you don't really think of them outside of that moment, so you don't necessarily think about fixing it. Those things where, every time I get in my car I realize I need to do whatever, except I can't do it because I'm driving.
Right.
And then when I'm not driving, I don't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And some are bigger than others, right? So it's I think about when we moved into this house, which is an old house. You remember this, I bet, the downstairs.
I think bathroom. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, it's the guest room. Well, there's so many things, so it'll be interesting to know if you guessed the right thing. I was thinking about that sink in the bathroom. Is that what you were thinking? Yeah, and how it had two faucets, a separate hot and a separate cold.
Yeah, they were two separate spigots.
Right, and normal people would have just renovated the bathroom immediately. But it took us 12 years, I think. Well, yeah. And, no, it took us more than that because we lived we lived in the house for 5 years before.
But you didn't have that bathroom.
Right, the tenants had that bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it wasn't that big a deal, actually, to change it up. And now it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it makes a huge difference. But that's a little bit bigger thing than grabbing some WD-40, but completely it's not insurmountable by any stretch.
Exactly. If I surmounted it, it's not insurmountable. the little one that jumped into my mind is cleaning my windshield on my car.
Yeah.
Not just with the wipers, but getting my car washed or washing it myself and having the windshield clear. It's like someone, or for the very same thing, cleaning your glasses. Exactly the same thing. You don't realize what you're tolerating until you clean it, and suddenly you can see so well.
It's so true. Oh, and it's funny, and just thinking about that is reminds me of the experience that I've been having with my new hearing aids, in that I didn't realize how much effort I was putting into listening to people. And then when I got the hearing aids and I could actually relax while having a conversation, it was sort of crazy. And then the first hearing aids ended up not working out, and I had to send them back. And so I was then without any for a month. And I really missed them, which is not at all what I was anticipating.
Right.
But
well, that effort became less tolerable, right? The effort of listening became less tolerable. Right. Are the new hearing aids working out?
They're taking more getting used to. They aren't as sort of seamless to get started with as the first ones were.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can adjust them and I will get used to them in such a way that they will work. Otherwise, we'll have to try something else. But it was, yeah, attempting to be cheerful. But yeah, it was so interesting to experience that, like how much I had been tolerating and then how my tolerance had been reduced.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and
once that stress had been relieved.
Right. Why do you think it is that we tolerate these tolerations?
Well, I think there are a number of reasons. I think one is that sort of practical reason is that it bothers you when it bothers you, but that generally is not a moment that you can do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like if you were talking about the inside of your windshield, you notice it when you're driving or when the sun shines into your windshield, but you're driving, so you can't clean your windshield, or you don't have what you need to clean your windshield, and then when you're not in your car, you don't think about it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one way that we end up tolerating things. I think too sometimes, like, you know, maybe with your bathroom sink, is it feels like a really big deal and you don't know that you're able to do it or that it's doable. You know, it just feels like too overwhelming to try to fix.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know for someone like me who doesn't, I get overwhelmed by a lot of options. I mm-hmm. was afraid that it would lead to an entire bathroom renovation, which would lead to so many choices. And but in fact, we just put in a new sink and vanity and changed the wallpaper to paint, and we replaced the shower converter kit, which by the way, I have a new converter capsule I'm needing to put into it because I tried to get handy with the fixing it.
Yeah?
But it was not fixable, so they sent us a new one.
Oh.
So with any luck, either I think I can do it myself, although I may enlist Barry's help in replacing the little part that needs replacing. I'll keep you posted.
Ooh,
but instead of
I'm
waiting
excited
for him to do it, I'm going to try to do it myself. Well, and then when we, like our kitchen, we had the most outrageously bad kitchen, right? Especially for someone, for a family who has a cook in it.
Yes.
Our main kitchen was just nuts and old, and in fact, it required a lot of decisions to rent it, do a gut rehab of it, but it was so much worth it because it's so wonderful now.
Yeah. So I think that's often, especially for the bigger things that you grow to tolerate, is that it just feels overwhelming about even sometimes how to get started. Like, how would you even go about, who would replace my faucet? Mm-hmm. You know, who do I get to do that? But I think the most insidious kind are the kind that you don't even realize, like with my hearing, or like I think a lot of times when you wear glasses, you don't realize how dirty your glasses are.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I have to share a little story from 20 some odd years ago. We were living in New York, and the vision of one of my eyes started to blur. I don't think I've told this story, have I, on the podcast?
I don't think so.
And I was pretty sure I had a tumor, right? Brain tumor. And I was like stressing out about where do I find the right doctor for that? And I'm going to, need brain surgery. And then I washed my glasses. Scout, one of my dogs at the time, Scout was a licker, and she had licked one side of my glasses. And I hadn't really realized it, and that's all it was. But I mean, I was really convinced it was a brain tumor.
Oh my gosh.
I think I Googled it, rudimentary Google, and saw that was one of the symptoms or something.
Oh, no.
But yes, but absolutely. And every time I wash my glasses, which is not as often as I should, I think, this is so much better. But, and then of course it's going to get dirty again soon.
Right.
And so.
So I don't know, maybe with those sorts of things, you just get in the habit of cleaning your glasses on a regular basis.
Right. That's a great idea. Something I've literally never thought of. I could clean my glasses after I brush my teeth.
Yeah. I was thinking like at bedtime or in the morning.
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea. I think I might give that a try.
it could become part of your routine.
Right.
But it's the same sort of thing. Like, it doesn't occur to you to do something to prevent the problem in the first place, or to, sort of mitigate the
Right, because it's just
problem.
a low-level toleration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to tolerate.
Yeah. And I find the things that like that I get the most sort of satisfaction out of dealing with are the things around the house. And what made me think about this as a topic was when we were talking about in the issue about labels, about when you were saying that you're not a handy person, and thinking about all the little things that you could take care of around the house if you felt like you were handy. And it could be as simple as, like I said, with my dishwasher, a little WD-40. And I remember doing that in my house. Like, it's an older home too, and all of the doors squeaked, and just getting out the WD-40 and oiling all the hinges. But that's another thing. Like, it bothers me when in the middle of the night one of the kids gets up and goes to the bathroom, and I hear the door squeaking, opening and closing, but I'm not going to get up and oil the hinges in the middle of the night. So
right. But it's doesn't feel good to be annoyed with your kids.
Right.
Yeah. For not really doing anything wrong.
No. They're behaving appropriately.
Right. Gosh, this makes me want to make a list. Go around the house and make a list of little things I could address.
Well, and so that's actually what I ended up doing when I first discovered this. Is I went around and I made a list, and I just started working down the list. And I was sort of surprised at the number of things that were bothering me, like even just in the kitchen. And since you have a more recently remodeled kitchen, you might not have as much. But there's like a doorknob or a cabinet handle that's loose, and there's like the silverware thing in the drawer shifts when you open it, and it bugs me. It's just like little things that are not that big a deal, but that every time you come across it, it's a point of stress. Even if it's subconscious stress, because it's interesting when I hear you say that. I feel like Barry gets my husband gets really easily annoyed by things, and I like to be the cool cucumber who doesn't let this stuff bother me, which is really just a lie I tell myself, I think. But the idea of trying to get hyper conscious about tolerations doesn't appeal to me, right? Because I want to not always be irritated. But the idea of going around the house, making a list, getting hyper conscious for a little while, making that list, and then addressing it at my leisure or when I'm just feeling industrious, that's very appealing. Yeah.
I guess I could ask Barry if anything's bothering him too.
Yeah. And it can also be things like putting a phone charging cable in the kitchen. Or, if you find yourself always wishing that you had something, take care of it. Right. Fix that. Yeah. And it's funny, things like that are not that expensive. I mean, you can buy, it used to be that you couldn't get good quality charging cables for inexpensive. Now you can, they're super inexpensive and they're good quality and you don't have to worry about them. And having them in the places where you often are and are setting down your phone is super convenient and really gives you a weird, I don't know what it is. It's just like comfort, I guess.
Well, it's satisfying, and it's also making your life better.
Right.
Well, that reminds me that another a solution to something that I used to tolerate, which was always worrying about my phone running out of juice, was to get an external battery pack thing that I can carry around with me, and it still holds a charge well, and so I plug my phone into it. Well, when and I've had that for years, or I've had them for years. At my conference recently, I was taking my notes at the conference on my computer, and there were no outlets nearby, just the way the conference was set up. And I was getting stressed out by the prospect of my computer running out of juice. And I thought to myself, gosh, I wish I could get a battery pack for my computer. And I realized I have a USB-C computer now. And I went on Amazon and I bought a cable that would, a USB-C USB cable that I could plug into a battery pack. I think.
That's
I haven't
awesome.
done it yet. Yeah. It arrived. I did try it when I was on my vacation. It didn't charge very quickly, but it did keep the charge. So it would keep it from running out of juice. And that was a $10 investment that I think I'll be really happy about.
Yeah. Well, and it's also weirdly, we discovered recently how different cables are faster than other cables. So, Mike got a little hard drive, and we were trying it on different computers because it wasn't going at the speed that it was supposed to. And I'm like, I wonder if it's the cable. And we switched the cable, and it totally was the cable.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, because I used just my charging cable, a USB-C, and aftermarket charging cable with it, and it was super slow. And then we switched it to the cable it came with, and it was the speed it was supposed to be.
The cable the hard drive came with?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
So
there are probably a lot of little technical solutions for little technical tolerations, technology-related tolerations.
Yeah, and so it just is interesting. Like you said, you don't want to become so hyper aware that it's a bigger issue, and then you're feeling all like stressed out, and like all of this stuff is clanging at you. But to pay attention and make a list or put it on your to-do list, or somehow record it so that you can take care of it at some point is super helpful.
Yay. I'm making a list, literally, here of
things right now.
Yeah, it's not a list of tolerations, but a list of things to do in response to this whole notion, including walking around the house and making a list. But I know with my organizing clients, lots of times they're tolerating, like I'll see a desk or a kitchen desk that's crowded with papers and so forth, and I'll ask if they actually work at that desk, and they'll usually say no, it's so piled high or whatever. Well, do you want to work at that desk? Well, I'd like to, but I never really have. And I'll take a look around and say, well, there's no good lighting at this desk, is there? I think, you probably can't even see when you're sitting here. So perhaps if you brought in a task lamp, that would make it more appealing. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. There's little things like that, these influences that it's a lot easier to see when you're on the outside of it, that can make a difference it can easily make something more tolerable or more accessible that we don't even notice. Like people, I know I tolerate lack of light with probably too much regularity because it's not good for you. Right.
Yeah. But it's funny, like once you start thinking about it, you realize, and any one of those things on its own is not that big a deal, but when you start adding them up, I can't remember, I have to look at the original blog post that I wrote about this, that the average number of things that people can come up on a list when they start making one. I remember it being really high, like thinking it was like 100 things or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I could be completely misremembering that. It could be like 20 or something. But, whether it's 20 or 100, that's a lot of things to be tolerating that you don't necessarily have to tolerate. And then, you can use that energy that's being taken up dealing with that, even if it is on an unconscious level, you can use that for something that you want to be doing, which may even just be relaxing.
That's right. And you're improving your life in the process.
That's right.
It occurs to me, it pops into mind the advice I've read to walk through your house as if you were going to put it on the market and see the things that jump out at you that a buyer would think needed to be fixed. And then, maybe if it's not a big thing, go ahead and fix it. And then you can enjoy the fixed nature of it.
Yeah. This makes me think of, we have these shelves by the front door that Mike puts shoes on, that every time I look at it, I don't like it. and I'm thinking like, maybe we could do something about that instead of me just sublimating my frustration by it being there and not looking good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. But I guess that's a trick. And I think that maybe, that's another place to watch out for perfectionism is in finding the fix. You want something that's going to solve the problem, but be careful of falling into the trap of looking for the perfect thing to solve the problem.
Then the problem may never get solved.
Right.
And then by even starting the process, you're actually, and not finishing it, you've perhaps made it even worse.
Yeah.
Because you let it bug you.
So then you're hyper aware of it.
Right.
And not doing anything about it. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So, that's the other thing. I was trying to remember. I'm like, there's something that has been bugging me. And then I just realized we have shears, curtains, sheer curtains behind heavier curtains in our bedroom. And our adorable cat, when she was a kitten, liked to walk on the windowsills and then bat at the shears. And so they're full of holes from her nails. And every time I look at them, it drives me crazy. And then it occurred to me, I could just get new ones. But it was like, it took months for it to occur to me that I could just get new ones.
And did you get new ones?
I haven't yet. I forgot to write it down, and we went to IKEA, and the whole time I'm like, there's something I wanted to get, and I can't remember what it was. So I left IKEA without them, but I will get them.
And that's so funny you say that, because we have lace curtains in our front door, right? The front door is a mostly window, and we've always had lace curtains there. And Vix doesn't jump at the door or anything. Vix doesn't even bark if the doorbell rings. But he stands on his hind legs while he waits for the person. Well, he waits for the person to come in. But our previous dogs, Pip and Kirby, they went carried on at the door, and so they ripped the lace curtains on that door. And Pip and Kirby have been dead for a long time. Kirby
Quite
died
some time.
in 2015. So 4 years now. We've had a ripped curtain there. Now, I will say it only bothers me occasionally. Like, I glance at it and, oh, yeah, we should do something about that. And it did. Now, of course, I'm hyper aware. So I'm going to have to replace that. Maybe I'll get a shear from IKEA instead.
Yeah. We could have matching shears.
That'd be nice.
It'll bring us closer together.
I don't know that we need to become closer together, Shannon, but who knows? There may be room.
Oh, you're probably right. Well, on that note, anything else you want to say about tolerations?
No, I don't think so. Now I'm just going to get to work on my list.
Yeah. Well, and so we would love to hear from you. What have you been tolerating, and how are you going to change that? You can leave us a message at 413-424-GTGE. You can leave a comment on the show notes at gooding. What's it called again? gettingtogoodenough.com, where you will also find links to our social media profiles on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. For now, I'm Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Think after 60-some episodes that I would get tongue-tied saying the name of our podcast.
No, that was pretty funny.